Hi friends, welcome to On Top Learning. Today we're going to learn how to write a formal letter for General Training Writing Task 1 in the Ielts exam. This is one of the most common types of letters you'll be asked to write, especially when the question involves writing to someone you don't know personally, like a manager, an office, or a company. Let me walk you through the structure step by step. Please grab your notebook and pen and start making notes. I guarantee you, if you watch this video carefully and follow all the steps, you will be able to write a perfect formal letter. Step 1. Greeting. Since this is a formal letter, we always start with, "Dear Sir or Madam," and put a comma. Never forget to use a comma. It is very important. We use this when we don't know the name of the person we're writing to. Step 2. Next, you write why you're writing this letter. A short and clear sentence, for example, "I am writing this letter to express my dissatisfaction with the service I received at your store last week." This sentence tells the reader exactly what the letter is about. Keep it short, formal, and clear. Step 3. Body paragraphs. Now let's talk about the structure of the main body in your formal IELTS letter. In every Writing Task 1 question, you'll see 3 bullet points or instruction sentences. These tell you exactly what the examiner wants you to cover. That means your letter should have 3 clear body paragraphs, and each paragraph should respond to one instruction. A first body paragraph should explain the first question or situation. The second body paragraph should explain the second point. And the third body paragraph should address the third and final point. This structure not only keeps your writing clear and organized, but it also helps you make sure you fully answered the task, which is essential for a high band score. My dear friends, always remember, 1 paragraph per bullet point. Don't combine all your ideas into 1 or 2 long paragraphs. That makes your letter confusing and harder to follow. We usually include 3 body paragraphs in a formal letter. Each paragraph should focus on one clear point. Step 4. Closing statement. At the end, we use a polite closing line. For example, "I look forward to hearing from you soon." Step 5. Formal sign-off. Now sign off the letter using one of the formal closings. "Yours sincerely," "Yours faithfully," or "Kind regards," and use a comma. Once again, do not forget to use a comma. Then write your full name below. For example, "Yours faithfully, comma, John Smith." My dear friends, I have some wonderful strategies and tips for you. Please remember, keep your tone formal. Avoid contractions and stay on topic. Make sure your grammar and vocabulary are accurate. And structure your letter clearly. With practice, you can master this format and score well in Writing Task 1. All right, everyone, now that we've gone over the format and structure of a formal letter, let's take a moment to practice writing one together. Don't worry, we'll go step by step and I'll guide you through it. Formal letters can seem a bit tricky at first, but once you understand the basic format, they become much easier. Just remember, in IELTS Writing Task 1, it's all about staying clear, polite, and organized. So grab your pen and open your notebook, and let's get started on writing a formal letter together. Before we begin writing practice, I want to remind you of an important rule for the actual IELTS exam, especially for the writing section. According to IDP and the British Council, you must use a pen to write your answers in the IELTS writing test. Using a pencil is not allowed. So please make sure to always practice your writing tasks using a pen, just like you will in the real test. This will help you get comfortable with writing clearly, avoiding mistakes, and managing your time while using a pen. Also, make sure your handwriting is neat and easy to read. If the examiner cannot read your writing, it could affect your score. All right, let's get started. Let's look at a sample question for Task 1. Let's read the question together first. You recently bought a product online, but when it arrived, it was damaged. Write a letter to the customer service department of the company. In your letter, describe the product and the problem. Explain when and where you bought it. Say what you want the company to do about it. Now let's talk about why this is a formal letter. This letter is formal because you're writing to a company, specifically to the customer service department, not to a friend or someone you know personally. In IELTS, whenever you're writing to someone you don't know or someone in a professional or official position, it's considered formal. So we'll begin this letter with "Dear Sir, Madam," and we'll use a polite, respectful tone throughout the letter. Please remember, Do not use contractions. Now let me explain what each part of the task is asking. Bullet point 1. Describe the product and the problem. This means you need to say what you bought. For example, a phone, a coffee machine, or a piece of furniture, or any product, and explain clearly what was wrong with it when it arrived. Was it broken? Not working? Was something missing? Second point. Explain when and where you bought it. Here you should give details about your purchase. Mention the date you ordered it, the name of the website or store, and maybe even your order number to make it realistic. Third point. Say what you want the company to do about it. This part is important. You need to politely tell the company what action you expect. For example, a refund, a replacement, or a repair. All right, everyone. Know that we understand the question. Let's write this formal letter together, step by step, and I'll explain the purpose of each paragraph as we go. Step 1. Greeting. Dear Sir Nathan, this is the standard formal greeting you should use when you don't know the name of the person you're writing to. Always begin a formal letter like this, unless a name is given in the task. Step 2. Purpose of the letter. I am writing to express my concern regarding a damaged product I received after placing an order through your website. Right away, the writer clearly explains the purpose of the letter. This is important. The examiner is looking for a clear introduction that sets the tone and explains why you're writing. Notice the polite and professional tone. Step 3. Body paragraph 1. Description of the issue. Last week, I ordered a ZX500 wireless noise-canceling headset from your official website. When the package arrived, I noticed that the outer box was slightly torn, and upon opening it, I found that the headset was cracked and not functioning properly. Specifically, the right ear cup was damaged, and the power button was not working at all. This paragraph explains what the product is and what exactly was wrong with it. Remember, you don't need to be dramatic. Just describe the issue clearly and objectively, like this example does. Body paragraph 2. When and where you bought it. I placed the order on May 1st through your website, www.hightech.com, and the order number is SPK12345. The item was delivered to my address in Toronto on May 3rd. I also paid an additional amount for a product protection plan that guarantees coverage for damages. Here, the writer provides details about when and where the product was purchased, including the website, order number, and delivery date. These details help the reader identify the order. The mention of the protection plan also adds weight to the complaint. Body paragraph 3. What you want them to do. I would appreciate it if you could either replace the item with a new, fully functional unit or issue a full refund to my original method of payment. I've attached photographs of the damage for your reference and would be grateful if you could advise me on the return procedure as well. This is a really important part of the letter. The writer clearly explains what they want, either a refund or a replacement. They are polite and respectful, using formal language like, I would appreciate it if. And they've offered supporting evidence, the photos. That's a great touch. Step 4. Closing statement. I look forward to your prompt response regarding this matter. Step 5. Sign off and name. Yours faithfully, John Smith. This closing is polite and formal. Yours faithfully is used because the letter starts with Dear Sir, Madam. The writer signs off using their full name, which is standard in formal letters. Wasn't that a great example of a Band-Aid letter? It's formal, well-organized, and easy to follow. Just remember to always include a clear purpose, 3 separate paragraphs for the bullet points, a polite tone throughout, specific details where needed, and of course, keep your grammar, spelling, and punctuation accurate. There are a couple of important points to be noted. Let's begin with the first tip, and that is, leave a line after each section of your letter. Whenever you write a letter, make sure to leave one blank line between each part. Why is this important? Because it keeps your letter organized, clear, and much easier to read, especially for the examiner. Here's how you can break it down. After the greeting, leave a line. After the purpose intro sentence, leave a line. After each body paragraph, leave a line. After the closing sentence, leave a line. And finally, write your sign-off and name at the end. Trust me, this simple spacing technique helps you structure your letter professionally and also shows that you understand proper formatting. Second point, keep your word count between 150 and 200 words. Now let's talk about word count. In the IELTS exam, your letter must be at least 150 words. If it's less than that, you will lose marks. But also, don't go too far. Writing too much can cause problems like grammar mistakes or going off topic. So I recommend you aim for 170 to 190 words. That's a sweet spot. How can you check your word count? Well, when you're practicing at home, use a word counter. And during the exam, just remember, one line usually has 10 to 12 words. So if you write around 16 to 18 lines, that's perfect. So to summarize, leave a blank line between each section. Write around 170 to 190 words. Stay clear, formal, and organized. If you follow these simple tips, you'll not only impress the examiner, you'll also make your writing easier to manage and more professional. I hope this was helpful. If you liked this lesson, please like the video, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe our channel On Top Learning for more IELTS tips. And if you have any questions, just drop them in the comments. I'll be happy to help. See you in the next video. Take care.